Hey, Applejack, can you play that clip of Amber Heard when she's cosplaying as Sailor Moon? Yeah, I showed it to you this morning. Yeah, play it.
Hitting men is a expression of love. I think that it's discipline. I think it's discipline. I think that it's unacceptable for men to hit women because it just is. But I think that when a woman hits a man, then it is an expression of love. Because whenever I've hit my boyfriends, it's been out of love. I didn't hit them because I hate them. It's been an expression of love. So, because every time I've hit my boyfriends, every time I've beat my boyfriends, I did it because I loved them. I did it because I loved them and I wanted to train them to be the best version of themselves that they could be. I didn't do it because I hated them. So yeah, I do believe that it's an expression of love because whenever I did it, it was an expression of love.
I'm a lane switcher, big tank blank filler, real killer, die for my gang number, gun driller, dope man, dope dealer, gorilla, bank bank lane switcher.
Anyways, welcome back to DarthNews. Special edition, Everybody Loves Johnny. This is going to be my day 4 trial breakdown. First-hand testimony of the testimonies. I was there, so I'm there. I'm in the courtroom, in case you don't know. But this is just my breakdown of what occurred. A lot was said, like a lot was going on. A lot of repeating, a lot of everything. So I'm gonna try to compound it all down into what I felt were like the key parts of what was going on. I'm sure a lot of you didn't tune in for the whole day, so I'm gonna try to kind of nutshell the whole day for you guys. Spark notes? Really? Not nutshell? Okay, Spark. I'm going to Spark Note this for you. I know lots of people are talking about this. I know there's lots of live streams happening, so, most of the stuff I want to say has already been, talked about. But hey, you're here because you want to hear what I have to say, probably. So I guess just to start off, let's just begin where today began, and that's when Johnny Depp walked through those doors looking like a fucking movie star. I mean, yeah, I know, he is a movie star. But you get what I mean. He looked like his fucking, like, chocolat days. You know what I'm saying? Back when he was, like, Don Juan DeMarco. You know what I'm saying? He looked good. I don't know. So his stylist should continue with this look. Hair pulled back. See that pretty face? I'll stop. I should keep going? Alright. My point is, he was cool, confident, and dressed to kill. All the ladies were talking about him today. In the courtroom, they're all just like, "Oh my God, he's so hot! Ah, his hair! Oh my God, he looks so good! Ah!" Yeah, you know how it goes. He's fucking Johnny Depp. So we started off today's witnesses with going back to Dr. David Kipper. He was the he was the doctor that took care of all of his medical needs. I mean, because what his practice does is he basically owns a practice where you pay like an annual fee of probably like $1 million, and whatever you need medically is covered. He covers everything, like everything. So that's what he does. So he was giving his testimony. His time on the island was kind of what he talked about at first, the time that he spent with Johnny Depp while he was detoxing. He did say that Depp was frustrated and uncomfortable in his demeanor, which is expected for anybody going through withdrawals. He said that Amber never complained to him personally about abuse. He, at the same time, never saw any injuries or bruises on Amber. So again, this is just like the same old song and dance that we've heard 1,000 times. No, we didn't see any injuries on Amber. Yes, we saw injuries on Johnny Depp. No, Amber never, it's the same response from every witness. Dr. Kipper assigned a nurse named Erin Borum to Amber's care. That's her direct nurse. She's directly overseeing Amber with all of her medical needs or whatever she needs, emotional care, support, whatever it is, she's got it. And he assigned Debbie Lloyd to Johnny Depp. That's another nurse. We're going to talk about her later because she's a witness as well. He said that the nurse for Amber, Erin Borum, she checked in regularly on Amber to make sure she was okay, like on a regular basis, every other day, a few times a week. She said that Amber never sought any kind of treatment for any injuries or abuse throughout her time in her care. David Kipper was also in Australia with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard when he cut his finger, or when she cut his finger, and he actually was there and helped clean the wound and bandage it, and, you know, took him to the hospital. So he was there for that whole thing. He drove him to the hospital. He remembered telling everybody to look for the fingertip. He's like, find the fingertip, find the fingertip. So everyone's looking for the fingertip. Nobody could find it. And finally, apparently what he said is the chef found Johnny's fingertip in the kitchen. And they put it on ice and rushed it to the hospital with him. So luckily, Johnny got his finger back. But he had to get pins in his finger. He had to get skin grafts. They had to like surgically reattach. It was not a pretty sight. And I actually have a story of myself to talk about. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you later, but I actually did the same thing, but it was in a door. A very big, heavy wooden door with sharp edges. And the door closed, and my finger was in the hinge part of it, and it popped off, man. It was just dangling. It was dangling, like backwards. Rushed me to the hospital. I was freaking out. They had to do the same kind of thing with the pins. Luckily, well, here, I'll show you. Like, here. So, look. It's shorter, right? It's just a smaller finger. It's weird, right? I don't know if you can see it. It's easier to tell in person, but man, that shit's no joke. It's no joke. Especially like this was on my left hand. I'm a righty. This happened on Johnny's right hand, right? So Amber allegedly threw a bottle and a full vodka bottle, a glass bottle, and exploded and blew his fingertip off. Oh God. It just makes me queasy. And Johnny's a musician, and he's right-handed, and he plays guitar, and that's just like the fucking meanest, most evil thing you could do to someone you love. Like, what the fuck? And Johnny's such a saint. Even after Amber cut his fucking finger off, he still backed her. He still didn't rat her out when he went to the hospital. He said he did it by himself with a knife. But when they got to the scene, they said there was blood on the walls. Okay, like if Johnny cut his finger with a knife, he would have had to been like a samurai. Like, why would he do that? There's no way. The reason there's blood on the wall is because when the bottle hit his finger, it exploded and there was liquid inside it, and it just propelled all that blood onto the wall. That's what happened. Amber threw a bottle at him. It wasn't a cell phone. It was a glass bottle. Probably the same glass bottle that she claims he raped her with. Yeah, you didn't hear about that? Oh, yeah. Allegedly, Johnny Depp raped her with a vodka bottle. So, you can't make this shit up. Oh, God. Okay, anyway, so that same day that this happened, Dr. Kipper testified saying that he saw no physical injuries on Amber. None. None whatsoever. No physical injuries at all. Johnny was fucked. Yeah, he was fucked up, but Amber, oh no, she was totally fine. She was sad. No, she was so sad. But she was fine. This was not a two-way street. This was more like a one-way highway, and Amber's just barreling down it, and Johnny's like, oh shit. Boom! So then he's asked again, like, so you didn't see any cuts or wounds or injuries at all on Amber? And he's like, no, that's something I would have documented. Like, so clearly there was nothing. He said that he saw, broken glass, blood all around the house. All around it. So he was probably just running around the house like, motherfucker! Motherfucker! And since Amber Heard is under the direct care of the nurse Erin Borum, it would have been her responsibility under the Hippocratic Oath to make sure that she had taken pictures or reported it if she had seen injuries on Amber. It's like they have to report any kind of elder abuse, any kind of domestic abuse, any kind of child abuse. They have to report that. It's like the law. So they would have reported it if they would have seen some kind of injuries on her, but there were none. Okay, let's just make that very clear. There were no injuries when this fight happened, quote unquote. Sorry, I can't talk. Okay, so anyway, on to now Debbie Lloyd, who is Johnny Depp's personal nurse. She was a nurse practitioner. She was a nurse practitioner specializing in psychology. She was also a certified addiction nurse. So she's certified with handling patients, going through addictions and withdrawals and detoxes. So Dr. David Kipper hired her, allegedly by phone, over an interview to oversee Johnny Depp's detox treatment. And it went really well. Her and Johnny got along very well. Depp even gave her a gift, like a jewelry box and like a fancy notepad, Like, that's, like, awesome. That's clearly, like, a gift of, like, that's like a thank you gift. It's not like he gave her a jewelry box full of jewelry, like, trying to buy her. No. He gave her an empty jewelry box. Put your own damn jewelry on there. But it's a nice jewelry box, right? It's a nice sentiment. And to give her a notepad. Like, I'm always writing shit down. I'm old school like that. Like, if I wrote everything, yeah, there's the cloud. But I just don't want things to be online sometimes. Some things are just private. They just need to be in a notepad. What I'm saying is these were gifts of endearment, gifts of true value, because it's something that you can get use out of, like, I don't know. I didn't see it as a gift to pay somebody off or to, quid pro quo for something. And no, it wasn't that. So Devi's the one who actually brought in Aaron Borum to be Amber's primary nurse. So they both technically work for Dr. Kipper, but Amber's nurse was hired by Johnny's nurse. But why Amber needed a nurse, I don't know. Like, I get it. Johnny's going through withdrawals. He needs care. I get it. But why the fuck does Amber need no one talked about that. No one actually, discussed that today. Like, why did Amber... why does she need a nurse? Why did she have to have a nurse? It's weird, right? It's weird. So Nurse Debbie went on to say that Johnny Depp became addicted to opioids essentially after a dental surgery. He just kind of... Which is the story for millions of people. I mean, the opioid epidemic is no fucking joke. Like, people are dying every day from overdoses from opioids, like fentanyl, Oxycontin. It's dangerous stuff, man. And these are all people that never had any intentions of being addicted. It just becomes, like, the only way you can feel normal. Which is exactly what she said about Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp said that he doesn't feel normal without his drugs. And that just ties right back to what I'm saying. It's... So Debbie never saw Johnny physically get aggressive with Amber or push Amber or punch Amber. She did see him punch a whiteboard after a fight, but that just goes to show you, yeah, okay, maybe he got aggressive and punched a whiteboard, but he didn't punch Amber. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's not good to, punch holes in walls, but he didn't punch a hole in her face. And that's commendable for something, right? Like, that's... Anyway, she did see him agitated a lot while working on the film set of Pirates of the Caribbean 5. She's the one who claims that Ben, who was the house manager, is the one who found his finger. So I don't know who actually found the finger, but that doesn't really matter. I'm just kind of spark noting here. They did read a text out loud that Johnny Depp had texted to Debbie, and one of the quotes was, "I can't even think about attempting to say thank you," or something like, even attempting to say thank you would be like a monkey trying to fuck a football. It's simply impossible. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm pretty sure that's what it a monkey trying to fuck a football. It's simply impossible. I laughed at that one. And then not long after that is when, Juror 25, I have a headache, my blood pressure is no good. No, my blood pressure, I need to circulate. I have to move up and down. Yeah. I have a herniated disc. Yeah, my disc. I have to go see my doctor, man. Yeah. Can I come back tomorrow? No. If you leave, you're fucking gone. So the dude apparently had a hernia, and the internet in the live chat was like, "Oh my god, he's got fucking hemorrhoids." It's like, no, you idiots. He's claiming he has a herniated disc. That's a huge difference than hemorrhoids. It has nothing to do with your butthole, okay? I couldn't believe the amount of people that actually thought that they were talking about hemorrhoids. Bro. I get why people were laughing now in the courtroom, because I mean, if you got hemorrhoids, it's hard to sit down, right? That's not comfortable, so you gotta lay down. But that's not what he was saying. But anyway, so Juror 25 was dismissed, and apparently they have some backup plan to bring in another juror. I don't know. They're gonna have to probably fill in with a lot of depositions if they haven't been following it. But yeah, so moving on. I also would like to know if anybody else noticed this. The breathing, like the fucking Darth Vader. Who's breathing like Darth Vader on the mic? Get that fucking Tony Soprano mouth-breathing motherfucker off the mic. Or just tell him to back up a little bit, please, because it's like consistent through every deposition. It's just nonstop. Now, I know Johnny really likes Debbie and all, but she was a terrible witness. Terrible. Like, she should be called Miss I don't recall, or Miss according to my notes. Like, how does she not remember anything? She doesn't remember shit. Nothing. Like, did you, she was asked a question, like, did you have a meeting with Dr. Kipper and Amber Heard regarding Johnny Depp's treatment? And she was like, I don't recall. And they're like, well, in your notes. She's like, well, yeah, according to my notes. It's like, well, what do you mean you don't recall? But what do you mean? How do you forget shit like that? They're like, were you in Japan with Johnny? Do you remember traveling to Japan with Johnny Depp? I recall. I don't recall, but I remember being there. Do you remember anything? Does anything specific? Did you do anything specific that jumped out to you? I don't recall. But who the fuck goes to Japan with Johnny Depp and doesn't recall something fun they did? Or something specific? Who travels around the world with Johnny Depp and doesn't remember? I mean, unless her answers were going to be like super damning to Johnny's case, I don't see why she couldn't have answered truthfully to any of those questions. And they weren't like that bad. It's like, I don't recall. Like, if I were to like just take a sip of beer every time she said I don't recall, I would be dead. Okay? I'd be dead. So what else happened? So Johnny also told Nurse Debbie Lloyd, that that he thought Amber Heard was telling them lies, like telling them untruths. He also said that, his meds were missing. So somebody was stealing his pills, which I think we can all guess that's Amber. So while he's going through his withdrawals, he's on special medications from those withdrawals to help him cope with it. And Amber's taken that away from him. Not only that, his Adderall was missing too. And we know she likes those uppers, so you know she took the Adderall. She also can account for more than 2 occasions where Amber Heard instigated Johnny Depp, instigated a fight, or initiated a fight. Not physical, but verbal. And then there was one time when Debbie was with Johnny and they were trying to leave the building, leave the penthouse, and Amber got in the way of the elevator and was like, no, you are not leaving, Johnny's. Go back to the rooms. Box. Debbie's, you can take the stairs. Go 20 floors, get walking. You're fat anyway. Johnny, you're fat too. You know what? Get back in there and do some push-ups, Johnny. You're not going anywhere. Not until we're done fighting. She also said she witnessed Johnny Depp trying to like leave Amber's presence, and just be like, he was like, leave me alone, Amber. And he's just walking room to room. Like just like going to the room, closing the door, she follows him in there. And he's like, God damn it. Goes to another room, follows him in there. He's just trying to get away from her. And Amber's just following him from room to room like a psychopath. Like, so you gotta give a man some space, dude. Like, you gotta let a man breathe. Everyone needs to breathe, man or woman. Or non-binary. I'll play along. You know, it's like that's why people have man caves. That's why men have man caves. You know, like imagine like Johnny has his dope ass man cave, and like Amber knows there's no bitches over. There's nothing to worry about. No jealousy. It's just his place to go be by himself, right? Amber's in that man cave all the time. She's just like, no, this has to be like the us cave. This is the we cave, not the you cave, Johnny. This is the. You don't want me to sign a prenup? And then Debbie did testify that Amber Heard didn't like the sound of having to sign, that prenup. Yeah, she didn't like the idea of having to sign one of those things. Well, according to Johnny. Johnny told Debbie. And I feel like Debbie is the person that Johnny was just able to confide into. Just confide to. Like, he could just be honest with her. So I don't think he made that up. I think Amber Heard was really salty about the whole prenup thing. And it just goes to show that, like, I feel like he had all these moments to just jump out of the marriage or the engagement before they got married. Because there were so many red flags. Like, they were already seeing doctors together. They were already seeing psychiatrists. Already, before they were even engaged. So, yeah. And then she was asked if she remembers anything specific from her time in Australia with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And she's like, I don't recall. Like, you don't recall? Lady, were you high the entire time? Are you the one stealing Johnny's meds? How the fuck do you not remember anything? It just blows my mind, because, like, it just seems like one of those things you just would remember. You know, a getaway with Johnny Depp. Seems like something you would remember. Am I wrong? It's not like she, like, went and hung out with Brad Pitt, like, every other day. She was assigned to Johnny Depp. She didn't have any other... She never had clients like this until him. So... How do you not remember? You know, I don't get it. It's fucking pissing me off. Okay, so Debbie did notice a small bruise on Amber Heard's arm in Australia. They never talked about it. She doesn't know how she got it. So it was just a little bruise that she noticed. So she's just being honest. Like, yeah, I saw a little bruise. My guess is Amber Heard was fucking going off, fucking psycho, batshit crazy, fucking American psycho fucking lady on Johnny, and, well, at some point, Johnny was just, you know, like, hey, stop it! Stop it right now! So she did testify that Johnny's relationship with Amber was essentially toxic from the moment she met them. She felt it was toxic because they were already bickering and arguing and fighting, and it's just... You know, anybody on the outside can just be like, yeah, that's not good. You shouldn't get married. She also doesn't remember, hang on.
Fuck, I just have a nosebleed.
Okay, sorry about that. That was gross. I don't know what happened. No, I'm not doing cocaine. Seriously, that was weird. I, like, never get a nosebleed. That's really weird. So anyway, she also doesn't remember, Debbie Lloyd, she doesn't remember why she stopped providing nursing services to Depp. How do you not remember why did you leave Johnny Depp? Why did you stop providing care for him? It seems like that's something you would know, but when you say I don't recall, this just turns into the 3 hours of I don't recall show. It's annoying. I mean, she doesn't recall, you know, it's funny because she says that she doesn't recall Amber losing her temper, but she remembers them fighting. It's weird, like, doesn't make sense, right? Oh yeah. So Johnny Depp at some point texted Debbie saying, the balls to steal my meds, and she's the sister or something. And they asked her, what did he mean by saying she's the sister? And I think Whitney stole his meds or something. Maybe, I don't know how I interpreted it, but that was a text. So I'm paraphrasing again, but he was like, the balls that she has to steal my meds, and she's the sister or something. So I think Whitney took the drugs from him, but that's just my speculation, because I'm a conspiracy theorist. People in Depp's inner circle were also telling Nurse Debbie that Amber was saying that she didn't want Debbie around. And my guess is because toxic people don't like good people around the person they're being toxic to. Because when someone is good for somebody and you're trying to control them, they will want to be with that person or be around that person more because they're good for them. Why do you think Johnny was going room to room to room to get away from her? Because Amber's toxic. And Amber didn't like the fact that Debbie was hanging out with her man and that he wanted to spend time with her because she was therapeutic. When his wife should have been therapeutic. His wife should have been there for him. She was there for him in the wrong way. And not to mention, Amber Heard was seen drinking alcohol around Johnny Depp while he was detoxing. Seriously. Okay, so the last one of the day is Joshua Bett. He was an in-person witness testimony on the stand. He is Johnny Depp's head of private security to this day. He was he was with the LA County Sheriff's Department for 14 years. He's done private security for 20 years, and he's been with Johnny Depp since I think like 2006 or 7. So he's a vet in the field of security and law enforcement and knowing things when you see them, like abuse. So Depp had a few other security guards on his team: Malcolm Connolly, Leonard Damian, Mark Gibbs, I think, and a few other. Not important; they're not on the stand. But he does have more than just one security guard. He has like a team of like 5 or 6 for when he travels international and when he's home. He's got a team look after his kids. So, stuff like that. He's always said that Depp can handle his liquor. He always holds his liquor. He's always just kind of a jovial, nice guy, friendly. He kind of just slips into that, his words, not mine. He slips into that Jack Sparrow persona, and everyone just loves him. And he said whether he's on alcohol or not on alcohol, he's just always fun to be around. He's just always a nice guy. He thinks that Amber Heard and her sisters took advantage of Depp, especially in the beginning, because they're being super nice to him because they want to be nice to the hand that feeds. But they were taking advantage of him, like getting the penthouses, getting things paid for, everything was just given to them. And they were loving it, they had to have been loving it. It was a little bit annoying because while Depp's team, I think it was Vasquez who was asking the questions, was that there was a lot of objections on Amber's side. They would stand up and object like every 10 seconds because they didn't have the questions prepared, because the questions that they were asking were hearsay questions. They weren't asking questions about what he directly witnessed with his own eyes. So like when you're on the stand, your testimony is what you eyewitnessed, like what you personally witnessed, and he was answering things that he was responding to questions based off things that he's heard, not seen. Haha, get it, heard? Dad jokes. But he did account for the first time he witnessed any violence from Amber Heard was in 2014 with the finger chopping. Then in 2015 in March, he saw Depp with a swollen lip and cheekbone. In 2015, later in the year, he saw scratches on his face and nose and forehead, and there was a laceration on this side. And they took pictures of it, and they showed the pictures to the court and to the jury and to the spectators. And it's all public record now. But the pictures have already been out there, but now it's like it's been filed as evidence officially. And they were like, so why did you take these pictures? And he's like, well, in case we ever need to fucking, use it in court, in case she tries to throw some bullshit allegations his way. We took pictures for this exact moment, like this. Anyways, guys, I think it's going to wrap up all I got to say on the topic for now. There's a lot more, but that's just kind of like the short version, believe it or not. So if you like what you saw here, please consider subscribing if you're not. And as always, I'm demonetized, so please consider going to one of the links in the description below and helping me out, because I'm a very poor, yes. Seriously though, until next time, don't forget to pull out. That is POO fucking L. And as always, stay Darth.
We love you, Johnny!